Morning, everyone. Please, gasho. From the writings of Shinran Shonin. The Buddha of immeasurable life possesses 84,000 features. Each feature gives forth 705 kotis and 6 million beams of light that appears resplendently ablaze. Because of the greatness of the number of beams of light, the expression immeasurable light is used. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Well, thank you for coming today on our monthly March memorial. This is a time when we can celebrate those who've passed before us in the month of March. Today I'd like to spend a little time for those who don't come frequently, or even those who do come frequently, to explain the central practice of us coming together and celebrating the life of and existence of Amida Buddha, the Buddha of immeasurable life. The occasion for me coming up with this topic was actually recently Buddhist Church of San Francisco was asked by a meditation group, a Vipassana meditation group, to use our space for meditation. The goal of meditating in the Vipassana manner is to meditate in the manner of Shakyamuni Buddha and to practice doing good, avoiding evil, and contemplating the middle path. Unfortunately, this group that came by recently, or is interested in coming here, the Vipassana group, doesn't believe in Amida Buddha, the Buddha of immeasurable light. They say that praising and worshiping Amida Buddha is the equivalent of Christian Buddhism, just like you go to church and believe in God. Instead, they propose a more critical, they're critical of a blind faith and propose a more scientific view that if you meditate, you can discover life and Buddha on your own. I believe that their view has some merit, but they only have a partial view of things. And I also admit that understanding Amida Buddha at times can be difficult. And this is probably because the nature of Amida Buddha is that Amida Buddha is immeasurable. It's infinite light and life. And for us humans, this can be difficult. We have a name in our tradition for what this understanding is. It's called Shinjin, understanding. I understand what you mean, finally, Amida Buddha, Buddha of immeasurable light and life. Some people get it, some people don't. One of our reverends, who's now in Pasadena, Reverend Gribbs, said, I think about 60% of people get it and have Shinjin. I don't know where he came up with that number. But a lot of us don't quite get it, and we have sometimes some doubt. Doubt is not necessarily a bad thing. It means that we are struggling to try to understand, to have doubt. Doubt's actually a good thing to have because it's thinking, how am I going to understand this? What is this concept of immeasurable light and life? One of the problems that we've had in the United States with understanding this is that Shin has been taught in a particularly Christian way. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to use this in any derogatory way, just the examples. We have often talked about the story here of Shakyamuni as being the cause of us understanding Amida Buddha. The story that we're told in Dharma school is in the Jeddah Grove, in the kingdom of Sravasti, lived a man called Shakyamuni Buddha, and he sat on this mound, and during this lecture, he talked about the praises of Amida Buddha. Ananda came to him and said, boy, you look really good today, Shakyamuni. What's your secret? And he says, because I have this big light bulb going off in my head, and I'm thinking about Amida Buddha. But if we emphasize Shakyamuni, we really miss the point that Amida Buddha has been here all along. Amida Buddha is eternal, infinite. Shakyamuni didn't discover or tell us the story of the myth of Amida Buddha. Amida Buddha was here and came through Shakyamuni and welled up inside of him. And because of that, Shakyamuni felt to tell the story. I think we can think of this maybe in our terms, like, did Copernicus discover the sun when he tells us that we're what the universe is? The sun was always there. One day he looked up and said, there's a sun there. Let's figure this out. And in Japan, it's really interesting when you go to Honganji. Nobody mentions Shakyamuni. I don't think we celebrate Navana and Hanamatsuri, but more as general Buddhist holidays and not necessarily as the Shin tradition. Because we're really emphasizing this eternal aspect. And the eternal and the human aspect, they go together. But it's this eternal, immeasurable Buddha that we are trying to understand. So what is Amida Buddha, this cosmic Buddha that is beyond all Buddhas and all beyond understanding? I like to call this the great beyond Buddha. It's beyond. It's beyond almost anything that we can imagine. It's not human, so we can be, we don't have to be all guilty and worried. The Amida Buddha is not a human Buddha, but at the same time, all us humans are touched and illuminated by Amida Buddha. And Amida Buddha is not a physical thing or a subject of science, although every aspect of our science and the truths of science all contain the wisdom of Amida Buddha. So Amida Buddha is inconceivable, but ever present. It's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And it's this concept that, if you're practicing as a meditator, thinking about the good and the evil and the day-to-day of the world, I think it's a big leap to get there. But it's not a leap that is impossible. It's just a leap that when we, as rational adults, try to approach this in a rational manner of understanding, we come to realize that Amida Buddha is really beyond human life, beyond simple reason, and it's a beyond to a land of miraculousness. And sometimes I like to call this, and you may have heard me say this is the land of wow. The land of wow. So we're here on a Shotsuki Hoyo, and those who have come before us were children, and they were all born. Wow. And as family members and friends, they live through their life, and one day they pass, and all of us will pass as well. Wow. These are miraculous events. They're beyond any outcomes that are scientific or any wishes that we have or any desires to live longer or to have more people or less people in our... This just happens. One of my friends said to me, a young friend, he said, "What do you think? We want to have a baby. When's a good time to have a baby?" I don't know if you ever had babies. There's never a good time. It's like, I'm in school. Is that a good time? Not a good time to have a baby. I have my first job. Is that a good time to have a baby? Not a good time to have a baby. We're trying to save for our mortgage. Good luck. You have a baby. You're not going to save very much. There's no good time. Same thing. We often say, you leave here, you might get hit by a bus. When is the right time to die? Well, my wife is always saying, you have to be considerate of all the people in your world because at the end of your life, you want to have like no obligations, no debts. It's like my grandfather passed away. He owed $100,000. It's like, wow, you ordered a lot from Home Depot and Home Shopping Network. There's no good time. And yet these things happen. And it requires no reason. Life requires no reason. There's only three things. There's acceptance that your life happens. There's this absolute, and this life happens, and you have a life, okay? And you have to accept that. You're born and you're here. Don't be thinking about it too much. This is this absolute quality that you have, this moment. And that we acknowledge this. We acknowledge this by saying, this is Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu. I am Amida Buddha. Amida Buddha is now. It's in science, in the air, it's immeasurable, it's all a light, and it's beyond and beyond and beyond and beyond, and all these things that we can think of, they all possess this Amida Buddha quality because they're here and they're now and they're with us. And this is the world of wow. Let me see how I can make this more concrete. And I actually had a hard time about this, and I got to tell you, when I write a Dharma talk, sometimes it just sort of flows out of my head. So the thing that I was thinking about at the time was I had this dream. And in this dream, this was just last week, I was a girl wearing high heels in a dress. Okay, so I'm walking up this steep hill. It's like Twin Peaks, only steeper. And on the streets, and rather than regular sidewalks, it was cobblestones. And I'm walking up somewhere on Twin Peaks, and I'm looking for my car. And if you know me, I never know where my car is, and it's one of the biggest anxieties. And so this, this would be in the class of anxiety dreams for me. You know, I got like wish dreams where my wish dreams are usually when I'm flying, and it's like, oh, this is really great. And then I have dreams that are kind of like, well, I got to go to work dreams. And this is one of my anxiety dreams about I can't find my car. And I'm on this big hill, and I'm trying to walk in these heels, and I haven't had much practice, and my dress is all flying up, and I'm really frustrated. Then it starts to rain, and I'm on the heels, and the streets are getting slippery, and I start slipping down this hill. And as I'm slipping down this hill, I'm looking down where I'm trying to slip, and I realize there's this cliff. If you've ever been on top of Twin Peaks, sometimes it just falls off. But this cliff falls off really fast, and I couldn't see the bottom of it. I knew that if I fell off, I don't know, might have been my moment. So I'm trying to get my feet under me, and I don't know how you do this, but every time I step, the heel would go on out, and I'm trying to hold my skirt down, and I'm slipping on this thing, and a friend drives up in a car right next to me. And he says, "You okay?" And he said, yeah, I'm trying to slip. I'm going to slip down the hill. Then I realized, oh, his window was open. If I could just climb into his window, I would be okay. But so I had to claw myself up, and he's only a few feet away, into this car and climb into this window. So I climb into this window, and I'm all frumpy, and my hair is all messed up, and I left one shoe on the sidewalk. And then I was saved. And I said, saved from what? I don't know. You know, this is my dream, okay? I don't know where this thing came from. Where I would fall, I don't know. Where this friend came from, I don't know. Where my missing shoe is, I don't know. And what the meaning of this dream is, I can only speculate. I leave this to you guys to be thinking about. I know. So I woke up in a sweat, but I was somewhat relieved. Again, anxiety dream. Oh, so glad. I looked down, and I had my two shoes there on the floor. I tell you this because, and not to make this good, but life is like this dream. Amida enters our life like a dream. Amida was the friend in my dream who came to help me. Amida was also the valley that in this dream that if I fell off, that gave me fear. I figured that this is my two versions of the white path. You know, you have fear on one side and this great ocean and this fire on the other side, and I'm just trying to get into the car and make sure I don't fall down the hill. So beyond the cliff and beyond the friend is also just the dream. The dream itself is Amida Buddha. And in the dream, I faced this myriad of illuminating lights. Things. These are just sort of vaporous things. It sounds at one level it's all make-believe, but when I'm in the dream, it's as real as it can be. And I needed to be there, and I needed to get out of it, and I needed to wake up. And this is very much the same with our life. Our life is these myriad of illuminations, these forms and images and apparitions, and they come at us and they pass through our life. People are born and people pass away, and we are here and we have jobs and we have love and we have hate and we have fears and we have passions, and then we wake up. And that's the moment of our Shinjin, when we wake up. faced with this very moment of our life and our existence, Amida is not a Christian God. Amida is beyond dreams and beyond our human understanding. And Amida, all I can say is just simply beyond. It's beyond. Okay? Beyond, beyond, beyond. It's a mystery. So this Amida comes to us as this mystery. Sometimes I call it mysteries like amazing. But it's a mystery, and it's like a dream, and we can only kind of think about it and ponder, like, what was that about? How did that happen to me? How did I get into this situation? How do I get out of this situation? What situation am I in? This is the mystery of our life. And it's this that I want to turn you guys on to, because this is our practice. Life is this wonderful mystery that comes at, sometimes it's a good dream in which I'm flying around the room and flying about, and my daughter says, no, we all comparing ways that we fly. She says she has to run and flap her wings. I just usually put my arms out and the wind catches me. These are great dreams. These are my best dreams. And where those dreams come from and where they go and why I can't fly, I don't know. It's all of a big mystery. But that's why life is worth living, is because each chapter, each dream is something to look forward to, whether it's fearful or whether it's happy or whether it's joyous or gay. This is the illuminating lights of Amida Buddha twinkling at us in our life and bringing us this world of infinite wonder. And to that, I'd like to say, wow. That's the wow. I really like this stuff. That's why I became a psychiatrist. Wow. Like somebody says, why did you become a psychiatrist? I don't know. Wow. But I is one. So let me read this one more time and have you please gasho and see if this makes more sense. The Buddha of immeasurable life possesses 84,000 features. These are all the things in your dreams. Each feature gives forth 705 kotis. Those are different worlds, and 6 million beams of light. These are all those apparitions that are passing through your life and appears resplendently ablaze. Wow. Because of the greatness of the number of beams of light, the expression immeasurable light is used. Amida Buddha is the Buddha of immeasurable light. Please enjoy the mystery of your life. May it be a wonderful dream. Namo Amida Butts. Namo Amida Butts. Namo Amida Butts. Namanda, 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 Namanda.